Because many of these people, including Tulsi Gabbard, have backgrounds that would never make them eligible for any government post, let alone for secretaries of these important government agencies. But I do think there are a couple things going on. First, I have to comment, when you put up all those faces, it was 1,000 shades of white. Have you noticed that? Remember,
I actually thought as I was reading them, we should certainly circle a few of them so that we can say this is the one I'm talking about now.
Yes, exactly. So here we have a little bit more diversity in the slide that you're showing. But the first one, which was the major characters, yes, it's 1,000 shades of white. Secondly, there is a certain level of dysfunction and catastrophe that will sink these people. What happens if there is a terrorist attack, God forbid? What happens when there is a pandemic? The problem with being extreme, irresponsible, ignorant is when bad stuff happens, there's no one to blame but you. So the good news is that these people may not get everything they want. The bad news is a lot of bad stuff may happen to a lot of innocent people because of it.
So hold on.
She was just ranting, bro.
Why she brought up pandemic again?
Speaking of bad stuff happening to innocent people, what about all these wars that your beloved presidents are sending bread to?
Is she trying to claim that we're going to have a terrorist attack while Trump is in office? When we just had the whole border open.
These people clowns.
This lady was just ranting, bro.
Yeah.
Literally. She was
they
all
give anybody
over the place.
platforms. This is why they're dying, because who wants to hear her?
The number one thing we know, it's not their qualifications. It's their loyalty to the president. And we also know, just given the way the president has stacked the White House team, starting with Stephen Miller, who was an architect of Project 2025, that's really going to be the key, is will these individuals follow what the White House tells them in implementing the plans of Project 2025?
But he's not the only one. Russ Vought, late on Friday, was named OMB director in charge of the budget. He was one of the lead architects of Project 2025. They were just not telling the truth when they said that Project 2025 had nothing to do with.
Russ led this office in the first term, number one. Number two, there are a lot of things in the Project 2025 that are just simply non-controversial. I mean, one of the things he's most passionate about is just reducing the size of government. A pretty standard Republican position going back decades. I think Trump is not getting enough credit here for building an ideologically diverse cabinet. When you got everybody from Russ Vought, who's very conservative, all the way over to the pick for labor secretary as a supporter of the PRO Act, and somehow Randy Weingarten is happy about it. I mean, what he has done is, which makes me squeamish, to be candid. And so what he has done, though, is put together an ideologically diverse group of people to sit in a room and help run the government. And that's kind of how he won. His coalition was kind of ideologically diverse that elected.
You know what's crazy about this? People will probably call me a coon for saying this. I think this cabinet is very diverse. Think about this. Elon and Vivek Ramaswamy.
Well, and he got people who, like he said, are on opposite sides of issues, right? You got far right people with people who are voting for. So you got people on the left, people on the right. I ain't gonna say necessarily on the left.
Bro, RFK. Tulsi, they were Democrat.
Yeah, he got Democrats that's on his cabinet.
To have Tulsi, RFK, these are all people that just kind of connected into the situation. We seen it randomly. They weren't even big. RFK and Tulsi, they were Democrats, so they couldn't be a big supporter of Trump at first.
Yeah, they did.
So these
it just went so far, bro. It just went so far on the left that people who were in the middle, they're like, nah, man, we gotta go Trump. I think that's why Trump won.
They don't think. Some people still think the left didn't go far enough.
I don't see what the left is talking about, as far as race playing a part in how diverse the cabinet is, and you call that diversity because of a certain race, knowing how Vivek came in, random guy, it's a lot of randoms, that just, it wasn't he didn't form this team. We seen the team connect its way in from different places. He didn't have this team already. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. But the left makes everything about race, bro, in every way. I watch shows. If you watch, there's shows on Netflix, bro, and every two comments, it's it'll be a black show, and every two comments will be like, oh, white people this, white people that, white people this, white people that. And I'm just like, goodness gracious, why do we keep talking about race and people? Imagine if this was reversed. I sit there watching it and was like, imagine if this show was reversed and y'all put it out and they're saying black people this, black people that, black people that, and they were white people. Y'all would say that shit is so racist. And we made it so normal to do that. And so they look at everything through race. And
It's
The
everywhere.
best, who was it who
everywhere.
said the best way to end racism is to stop talking about it?
And it's everywhere. They're
What's
finna
the
do
dude
it
in
right
the NBA?
now.
Was it like Elijah Wan or who was it, bro? We
I thought it was the racist
Oh,
dude
Denzel.
in America.
Was it
Was
Denzel?
it-
No,
it
it was a
gotta be
different
probably
actor,
Denzel.
I think. It was
Mike
was,
Tyson or was it
it
Muhammad
was-
Ali? I think it was. I've heard that multiple times.
No, it was what's his name?
He's not black.
Morgan Freeman.
Morgan Freeman.
Was it Morgan Freeman?
I don't know. Maybe.
Hold on.
That's a good quote, bro.
It probably was Morgan.
But what's insane is that this is pushed everywhere, completely televised. Like, this is where we're getting our news from. This is in movies. You know, it's everywhere.
Like, you know, America's not perfect, but like I feel like
Morgan
this is the
Freeman.
best
It was
thing
Morgan
we could
Freeman.
ever have.
Why
at
complain
any
if it can't get any better?
Morgan Freeman said it. That's why they let him play God on Almighty, Evan Almighty. Y'all seen that? That's a classic.
Yeah.
This is insane, guys.
The Democrats should hold the line. They should make sure that these nominees are vetted properly, and then we can question whether or not they should succeed.
So, Congressman Crockett, who do you think that the Democrats in the Senate, your colleagues in the Senate, should really fight on?
I definitely think Tulsi.
Tulsi
I think,
Gabbard.
yeah, absolutely.
You didn't overlap with her, but former Democratic member of the
Yeah,
House.
no, but she is a clear danger. I think when we're talking about whether or not we are going to be more vulnerable or less, when it comes to like our international security, I definitely think we've got to have really, really qualified people. I think some of these other positions, you know what, the agency can kind of run on its own. And even if it's somebody who's learning on the job, that's okay. But when you're starting to talk about our national security, something that we should all be concerned about, especially when we know that Iran supposedly had a hit out on President Trump, I think that this is something that we need to make sure that we focus on.
Do you know something about do you have some inside information about her that you want to share?
Didn't you vote for the border to be open, my woman?
I don't think Tulsi wouldn't be good at.
And she served in the military.
Exactly. Like, who else would be?
Why are we
y'all
taking
are
advice
for
from
having a
Jasmine?
woman in a high position, but now, since you don't agree with you, y'all are for that.
They got way more stripes in America than you.
And on top of that,
Jasmine.
she was on the left. So ideologically, she probably lines with a lot of y'all.
Like, we respect Tulsi Gabbard for coming from
Next level.
coming from the left to the right, her military service, a lot of things that Tulsi do. She just seems like a complete, good, strong woman that we would want in power.
Facts.
Not you, Jasmine.
Nope.
So I don't even like the fact that you even up here, man. I don't even know why they allow these people to have a voice. But let her keep going.
Hold on. When they find out Iran was the ones that sent the hit.
No, that was alleged. Remember, I remember we were hearing about that when we were at the RNC.
But what they got to do with Tulsi if she served in the U.S. military?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. That was my point. That wouldn't she be a good person for?
Like it's still weird. Like
Man.
the border was open, everybody
They
came
gonna find
in.
anything to complain about. They got to get on TV and they got to say something. So they just gonna look at every pic that he made and complain about it.
And it's crazy that I'm steady hearing about the terrorist word, and y'all the ones that let the border open right now. Like
Let her
what
keep
y'all got
going.
going on?
But thinking about Iran, because alleged people be saying Trump sent the money to Iran, right? And
Joe Biden?
No. Trump sent the money.
Ooh, how when?
Look though, look.
No, but how and when? That
I
matters.
looked up. I mean, look. Now, this is what
You
you
looked
know.
up. I didn't see that or hear that.
This was in 20.
How
This was
and when?
this was probably I don't know.
How
In
and
his
when?
turn. Look, this to me. This I'm not saying this is the
Did it
correct what
happen or
happened.
did it not?
Look, this is the alleged theory or not theory, and I don't know.
Alleged.
Are we
Maybe
gonna
they're
have to
saying
look
this
this
actually
up?
happened.
Are we
Maybe
gonna have to look this up?
I don't know. Look, I'm just saying they saying Trump sent the money. Trump froze the money. Biden unfroze the money. Look it up. I don't know.
So why Joe Biden's still in the wrong at the end of the day?
I know.
So
He froze
what
the
type
money.
of
I'm just- look.
what type of
Look, but no, I brought up that logic because they just
What
know.
type of-
I didn't know why I said that. Look, I said that because
Joe Biden still froze.
No, he
that
did, he
motherfucker.
did.
If Trump sent that bitch or not, he stopped
but
that
the
bitch.
fact that she just brought up Iran is just.
I mean,
weird to me.
left-leaning news medias are saying that he had some type of oil waiver that gave them $6 billion.
You know, he froze the money. Either way, how it happened, brother, he had peace. He froze the bread to have peace. He said, "Hold on, I know if they get that bread."
Yeah, that's what you're talking about.
So no.
Right,
that's
so he
legit.
froze it. So he's
Look,
like, "Oh
look,
shoot, never mind."
This really
And
has
the
nothing to
Bible
do
was
with
like, y'all
that.
can get that. So
I just
what you
brought
said
that
is
up.
what happened. That's the truth.
Yeah, but I just brought that up, just saying that like she thinks she got a correlation right there, like Tulsi with Iran. I feel like that's why she said that, but like she's the fear mongering, where it's crazy.
I
So why
it's
she bring
pretty
up
simple.
Iran?
You look when there's wars, y'all administration.
I don't know.
wars, no
Maybe I'm
just-
tripping, guys.
That's one
It's
argument
just
you
crazy.
can't. Like we gotta look at.
Yeah, that's an
reality.
undebunkable.
More vulnerable or less?
Yeah.
When it comes to like our international security,
Don't say
I
that.
definitely think we've got to have really, really qualified people. I think some of these other positions, you know what, the agency can kind of run on its own, and even if it's somebody who's learning on the job, that's okay. Yeah. But when you're starting to talk about our national security, something that we should all be concerned about, especially when we know that Iran supposedly had a hit out on President Trump.
Just a little fishy.
I think that this is something that we need to make sure that we
Do
focus
you know
on.
something about? Do you have some inside information about her that you want to share?
That's been reported.
That's
But wait a minute. We're going to take a quick break. I want to get. That's a great segue because we're going to come back. We're going to talk about why some Republicans, and at least one top Republican, is calling Trump's pick to head the intelligence agencies a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, and Chinese sympathizer.
That you want to share?
That's been
President Trump. I think that this is something that we need to make sure that we focus
Do you know
on.
something about? Do you have some inside information about her that you want to share?
That's been reported. But wait a minute. We're going to take a quick break. I want to get. That's a great segue because we're going to come back. We're going to talk about why some Republicans, and at least one top Republican, is calling Trump's pick to head the intelligence agencies a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, and Chinese sympathizer. We'll be right back.
So, because these niggas want peace.
DNI.
Wouldn't that be
Department of National.
Hold on.
Isn't that a xenophobic thing to say?
So is they calling Trump that because he want peace?
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
This is weird, bro.
It was peace.
He's xenophobic.
It was peace in his administration.
His
So I don't
crooked-ass
understand
glasses.
any
Look
of this.
You look like the McDonald's
I
manager.
don't understand any of this.
You look like
But
you
let's
wear
go.
No offense to
Whitey's.
any McDonald's managers.
DNI. Department of National Intelligence. This is not a place for a Russian, Iranian, Syrian, Chinese sympathizer. DNI has to analyze real threats. Are we comfortable with someone like that at the top of our national intelligence agencies?
Former Trump UN ambassador and presidential candidate Nikki Haley blasting Tulsi Gabbard, Trump's nominee for Director of National Intelligence. We are back with the roundtable. So, Donna, you heard what the Congresswoman said before the break. How hard are Democrats going to fight Tulsi Gabbard?
I don't know. She deserved to have a hearing. She deserved to be vetted. She deserved to have the most strenuous background check. If the TSA rumors are true that they looked at a suspicious pattern of travel, that will come up in the vetting process. Look, I served inside the DNC with Tulsi Gabbard. I know her.
She was a what? She was like co-chair?
She was a vice chair.
Vice chair.
We were both vice chairs.
Your colleagues. You worked side by side
She's
together.
a lieutenant colonel. I respect Tulsi Gabbard. I may disagree. I disagree with her choices. I disagree with everything in terms of where she's at now. But she deserved to have a very thorough background check.
I mean, she could get a Democratic vote or two, no? I mean, like Bernie Sanders.
She represented Hawaii. I don't know if she'll get the support of Democrats, but she should have a thorough background check, like everybody else.
But, Rich, what about the way she's hammered Trump? I mean, not that long ago.
Well, I mean, look.
I mean,
Marco Rubio did too.
Did he? No. But that was longer ago. This was while Trump was president. The Soleimani assassination, which Trump thinks is one of his big national security accomplishments, and a lot of people agree. You know, she said it was unconstitutional and an act of war.
Okay, fine. That's what she said.
Tulsi said
but
that?
today she's saying something different, and she's
Is she
resolved
saying
those
something
different.
different
She's
about
resolved those different. Well, we're going to find out.
Yeah.
But one thing I would highly would suspect is that you wouldn't rise to a rank of an 05 lieutenant colonel if our intelligence agencies thought that somehow she was some kind of Russian asset, which if people are going to level those charges, they better be darn sure that they're accurate. And is a very
Nikki
dangerous
Haley
thing
didn't
to
say
do.
that. She said that it was a sympathizer.
But it's all insinuated, okay? It's this cutesy, hyperbolic
words,
nonsense coming out of the media and the Democrats who refuse to accept the fact that almost a majority of Americans have accepted Donald Trump and Trumpism. I think it's time to give this guy a month of peace. And let the process play out.
He's the
You're
president.
asking us to be normal.
I don't know about giving him any peace, child. But what I will say, because you signed up to be the president of the United States, And we are definitely at a precipice in this country, and people were hurting and they believe in him. So no, there should not be any peace over the next 4 years. He should be working every single day, not hanging out at Mar-a-Lago on, playing golf. He needs to be working and fighting to deliver for the American people.
Hold on, though. Didn't they just report Kamala took a vacation?
She deserves that.
What about
Joe Biden be falling
How many
asleep
days
at
of
the
vacation
beach?
did they say Joe took?
Joe Biden.
How many days was it? I saw it was a lot of days.
It was about
vacation days Joe took.
145 or
Yeah, it was
something.
like 100 days or something.
Y'all niggas ain't saying.
Nah, yeah, that's Jasmine, bro. That's why I don't know why she's up here.
But Joe couldn't make it any other way.
I don't know why she's up here.
And y'all talking about this, and Joe just did some bombs.
I don't know why she's allowed to be a congresswoman. She got voted in.
All you gotta do is run.
Yeah, but I'm just saying,
We
bro,
can run
like,
tomorrow.
Hey, that's why MTG got hot, man, and said, man, look, man, y'all debate me, man. I'm tired of this.
You're asking us to be normal.
I don't know about giving him any peace, child. But what I will say, because you signed up to be the president of the United States, and we are definitely at a precipice in this country, and people were hurting and they believe in him. So no, there should not be any peace over the next 4 years. He should be working every single day, not hanging out at Mar-a-Lago on, playing golf. He needs to be working and fighting to deliver for the American people, to make sure that these prices come down, but also to make sure that we're safe, because there were a lot of people that were concerned because of the wars that have been taking place around the world. And he is the guy that said on day one, I will stop this war. I will stop that war. Now, I don't know what magic wand he has hanging out in his back pocket that's going to allow him to do that. But as of right now, when we look at literally the level of competence when it comes to picking people that are competent for these positions, there are a lot of questions to be had about this. So at the end of the day, yes, we will respect what the voters decided, and the voters did vote him in. We will not sit there and we won't try to...
hang on, I got to respond to this.
Well, at least you admit they voted him in.
One more thing.
Joe Biden.
One more thing. You know what this is going to be? I can see it now. This is going to, like, the wars, he's going to stop the wars, and then they're going to run this clip right here. And then it's going to be like on his highlight tape. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun, dun. That's what he going to say.
Get up, bro.
Get up, bro.
You need to go to the gun range, man.
This actually cannot be serious.
Well, she probably, you know what? She probably do believe Trump could do it in her heart. Because why she would bring that up a little bit?
But it's going to be on his highlight tape. They're going to play this before his highlight tape.
She said, well, we're talking about actual competence. Nigga, what?
First off is you can't have it both ways, okay?
Oh, no.
You can't criticize
Paul Blart. I know we ain't got Paul Blart up here.
No, we can't.
Paul Blart.
We can't talk about competency.
Paul Blart.
This is our
She
president.
said, when we talk about competency
This our
in
president.
wars,
This our president.
be for real, y'all. Hey, y'all, this is crazy, y'all.
And now we got
This is
Paul
actual
Blart about to
commentary.
talk.
This is like actual, like, comical, guys. Like, if Jasmine's in any place of, in any position of power, this is a problem to me. Like, for real, guys. Like, I'm glad this got brought to my awareness, man, because this shit is actually sad.
Yeah, I never realized actually paying attention to this
You like,
stuff
these people
now.
ain't no damn. Like,
Y'all just delusional. My bad.
They ain't no super scientists or
Hell
nothing.
nah.
See why that nigga Vivek said, hey. I see why.
Y'all niggas next up, man.
have is
I got to respond to this.
At the end of the day, yes, we will respect what the voters decided, and the voters did vote him in. We will not sit there and we won't try to...
hang on, I got to respond to this.
Chris, go ahead, Chris. First off is you can't have it both ways, okay? You can't criticize Trump and say all I have is people who are blindly loyal to him. And then when you actually appoint somebody who has been critical of him, then say, well, that's bad too.
Okay, Chris.
You can't have it both. Like, he's appointed someone like Tulsi Gabbard and like Marco Rubio.
I mean, as I said, it's the most ideologically diverse cabinet we've seen in a long
who have
time.
been very critical of him. You have to give him credit for that. He's willing to look past that. That's a good thing. Second, Democrats need to pick, I think, one. They've got three people, I think, that are questionable nominees. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., Tulsi Gabbard, and Pete Hegseth. You got to pick one. Because if you go after all three of them, you're going to probably go 0 for 3.
Right.
Pick one that you think has the most problems that are verifiable, and then do that. And you know, lastly, I'd say as to what Ryan said about giving him some peace.
What are you, bro?
I have no problem with that, but you got to give peace to get it. And I think what the president needs to show is to show that he's not going to be on the attack constantly against everybody, that he should bring some Democrats in, start to talk to them about the things where they agree, because there are places where they agree. Look, he and Bernie Sanders agree on a lot of things. So I'm all for having some peace because I think we're all tired of all the other stuff.
Amen.
But you got to give peace to get it. And he needs to get
We're talking about the hyperbolic nonsense.
Okay, Christy. All right, Christy.
Hey.
I was finna draw you out.
Yeah, in the middle,
but you still making me want to cut the grass a little low because you acting like a little like you say.
Like he in the
right
he
now,
won't be in the middle, and whoever choose me. Chris Christie like the fat lineman. You know what I'm saying?
You know what Trump said? You want me to give peace if my head was this way and not this way? Have you seen the meme? It's like, it's the skull, it's like this, it's like this. If we get a shot, he said, that's how close we were to World War III. He said, Elon posted, he said, landing on Mars, World War III. That's what that turned into. So now y'all talking about some give peace to give peace.
You know,
y'all better come with some give peace.
Yeah, they do, man. Because they've done the worst. I mean, yeah.
Y'all done spit on Buddy 3 times.
Why they can't just let up? It's like
he like Young Dolph. He need to drop that 100 shots. He need to drop that 100 shots.
These people do not care about America. This is an actual issue, guys. Hopefully, we can get this solved very soon. Elon talking about buying MSNBC. People, talk about a change in the media. I just don't understand how a congresswoman can sit up here and say all this dumb shit. This guy, whoever this host is, he's an idiot. I mean, he just blurting out random word. What the hell did he say? A different level of idiot.
Idiocracy or
He
something.
looks like a fake actor,
like,
dude.
Who is this guy?
Man, this made me respect MTG even more. I know she be in that bitch hot.
Oh God, she dumbass.
She said, I don't know if your fake eyelashes are
I'm tired of
affecting
you,
your
man.
Do
reading.
y'all know what the fuck going on around this bitch?
We got nukes and shit going on. And y'all talking about women in million bathrooms. And you talking about racism, nigga. You just pulled up in the black truck. Niggas finna
100 shots.
They ain't worried about the veterans, y'all. They ain't worried about nothing, man. This is insane, guys.
You missed a whole 100 shots.
Mainstream media gotta go, guys. We know that, man.